Welcome back. In this video, we are going to improve the look and feel of our game. We're going to add background images, we're going to add background sound, we're going to improve the different panels, we're going to add some images, some icons, and so on. So let's get to it. Alright, let's first make sure that the different panels are properly aligned. To do that, we can use a new component. So the first step is right-click on the canvas, create empty, and let's call horizontal layout. Perfect. Let's make sure this is reset. Okay. Now let's add a new component called horizontal layout group. Yes. Now I want you to select the horizontal layout and drag and drop it to get the whole width. Something like that for now. Yeah, something like that. And we specify here my middle center and Control Alt, make sure it's anchored to the center as well. And now we can start adding the different panels inside the horizontal layout. Okay. Now stop. And then the boss panel. Perfect. Okay. Look at it now. Now it's properly centered and we don't have to do anything. The horizontal layout group does everything. So of course we can change the child alignment, but we don't have to. See? I would say for our case, middle center is the best. Perfect. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is to add a background image. So we right-click on the canvas, UI, image, name it to background. Let's place it just below the canvas because we want it to be on the background. We drag and drop it so it takes the whole width and height. Okay, now we can go to OpenGame Art. Yes, and I want you to type background, select concept art, and select this license. And we can take, for example, this background looks good. So we can download it. Perfect. All right, now I want you to go to Assets and create a new folder called Sprites. And I want you to drag and drop the element that you just downloaded and place it here. Perfect. Now select background and just drag and drop the image to the source image. Perfect. That works. Okay, let's change maybe now the color of our panels because they don't fit too well with the image. Let's select maybe the gather and serve cell panel here. Let's use maybe, let's try this color. Okay. Yes, let's maybe make it slightly transparent. Perfect. Okay. I think this works. Yes. So we use 16 as transparency and this as color. So we can do the same for the other panels. Here and here. 16, we can tweak these values if we don't like them later on. But for now, I think those are fine. 16. Perfect. Maybe actually let's make 25. I think 25 transparency, it's better. Probably 16 is a bit too little. Yes. Okay. Perfect. That works. Okay, next thing we're going to do is to change the font. So I want you to go to dafont.com here and search for Tangion. Let's see what can we use here. Let's use this one because it's 100% free. So we click download. Perfect. Now I want you to go to assets, create a new folder called fonts. And I want you to place the font that we just downloaded. You need, of course, first to uncompress it, but then you just can drag and drop it here. Perfect. And now right click on it, create Text Mesh Pro font asset SDF. Yes, and this will create an SDF element, and we can now go to the different text and drag and drop it, and it will be replaced by this font, like so. Perfect. We can go to all the panels and do the same thing. Okay. We also need to change our prefabs. So if we can click our prefab, boss item, for example, the text, you see, is the old font, so we don't want that. We want the new font. So we can click here. Perfect. Save. Go back, and now we select the other prefab, which is the shop item, and we do the same thing. Perfect. Now we have the new font. Okay, now let's rearrange a bit the gather cell panel because it's not looking good, to be honest. So we can actually, the first thing we want to do is probably make this bigger. Yeah, something like that. Also, foot per second. This is not looking too good. Let's maybe move it. Oops, sorry. Put it down. And let's change the font size to, let's say, 24. Vote counter here is not really needed because at the top right, we already have the amount of votes. So I would say we can delete it. Therefore, we can, by the way, don't forget to go to scripts, UI controller, and now we need to remove it from here. Put count text, and also here down below. Perfect. We can go back to Unity. Let's change this a bit. Let's move the vote slider button. Yes, actually, middle is fine. Yes, here as well. And let's maybe size the slider so it's the same size as the text path. Yeah, I would say something like that is okay. Perfect. Okay, that looks better. One thing we have to do that I just noticed is that with the rearrangement using the horizontal layout, for example, the items root, it's spawning outside of our panel, so we need to change that. Yes, this as well, that on text. Perfect. The header text as well. Oops. Okay. Now let's go with the boss panel. Okay, this one looks good. And this one looks good. Perfect. And let me double check the gather and sell panel. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that looks good for now. Perfect. Okay, let's play now the game to see how it looks. Okay, yeah, not too bad, but there is still a few things I would like to change. Like, for example, the color of the buttons, and maybe to add some icons here. Why not? Let's do that. Okay, first thing we have to do is we need to open again our prefabs. Start by the boss item, yes. And let's change the background of our color to this one, yes. Let's change now the text color to white. Perfect. Let's save it. And let's do the same with the other prefab. Okay. Color to this one. Yes. And let's change the text to white. Perfect. We save it. Now let's change also this sell button. Okay. Now we do the same with the text to white. Okay, perfect. Now it's looking better. If we click play, how will look now? Okay, now it's more coherent, the color. Perfect. Oops, one thing we also want to change is the, we go to the wood slider, the fill area, the fill, this one, we want this to be really the same color as our buttons. So now if we click play, okay, now the color is more consistent. Perfect. Next, let's add some icons. So we can go again to OpenGameArt, browse to this, select the license and search for wood. Here as well, wood. And we can take, this one looks good. Okay, download it. Perfect. And now we go back to our assets, sprites, we uncompress the thing that we just downloaded and we paste it here. Perfect. And now let's also download a 2D art goal. Let's select the license. Goal. Yeah, this one looks okay. So let's download it. Perfect. Now let's again paste it there. Oops. Perfect. Okay, now let's first maybe move the right there. Yes. Let's move the wood a bit to the left so there is more space for icons and digits, because it could be that you generate a lot of wood, so there must be some space here for digits. And now let's right click on the wood text and say UI image. Yes. Let's type and say wood image. Yes. Let's drag and drop it here. Okay. This is maybe a bit too big, so let's reduce this to, let's say 0.5, 0.5. Perfect. Now let's press F so we can go there, and let's move this to the left. Perfect. maybe a bit more to the top. Okay, looks good. Let's do the same with the goal. UI image, gold image, perfect. And now we can do the same thing. Here's the goal, let's press F, so we go here. It's too big, so let's make it smaller. Okay, and let's move it to the left. Okay, and maybe a bit to the top. Perfect. That looks good. Nice. Okay, to end this video, let's add maybe background music. To do that, right click on the hierarchy, create empty, say music, in this case controller, so it's consistent with our other controller objects. Let's reset the transform. Let's call here audio. Let's add here audio source. Perfect. Let's create a new folder on assets called audio. Okay. Now let's go back to OpenGame Art. We go to music, select the license and search for Dungeon. And let's set this one, listen to this one. Okay, this one looks good. We don't want a very strong background noise, more like a subtle dungeon-ish sound that that stays with us while we play the game. So I would say this one looks good. So let's download it. Perfect. Let's place it into our audio. Okay. And now in the music controller, let's put this here. Perfect. We say playing awake and loop. Those two are important. Yeah, let's play. See if it sounds. Yes. It's working. It's very subtle, which is what we want. But yeah, the game works. The music works. So yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Perfect. Yes, everything works. Good job. Okay, this is all for this video. In the next one, we will add a way to display the different trophies that the user has achieved, and also a way to display the actions that the player is performing. See you in the next one.